Well, this is going to be a quick one. I meant to post a few other videos before Rings of Power Season 2 came out, but, you know, life happens. And so I figured I would just give my thoughts right before the actual Season 2 comes out. A lot of people ask me, why do I end up reviewing this show if I absolutely hate it so much? Because I'm never very shy about my absolute hatred for the show. And people need to know that I absolutely live and breathe Lord of the Rings. Tolkien is my most favorite piece of fantasy literature of all time. And I have been absolutely obsessed with the world of Middle Earth since I was 12 years old. My entire family has been that way. All of us have different books and different traditions, and we have so many different sort of rituals that are in our lives that coincide with Lord of the Rings. And so when people ask me why I take it upon myself to review a series that I hate so much, it's because I don't want the series to be bad, okay? I know that that's probably not super obvious with the videos that I post where I'm just tearing it to shreds bit by bit, frame by frame. But I don't want the show to be bad. I don't want any adaptation of Tolkien's work to be bad. I only want them to be good, and I only want them to enrich the already amazing lore and world and plot and characters that Tolkien spent his life creating. It brings people together when they're able to love a piece of media so much, and I think that the Tolkien fandom is one of the most close-knit groups. But one of the things that the Tolkien fan base really, really admires is when adaptations are done respectfully, and when adaptations bring to life a story we already love. And Peter Jackson did that with his movies. They're not perfect. They have many flaws, but he did an amazing job of putting people like myself back in Middle-earth through a cinematic medium. And while the Hobbit movies are very flawed in a lot of ways, there were still moments of it that threw you back in that world again. And unfortunately, I haven't felt that way in any capacity with the Rings of Power. I think it's mostly because I don't believe the writers have a actual respect for the lore that they should, if that makes sense. I believe they're passionate about the work that they're doing. I believe that they do love Tolkien, but I think that their vision is misguided, because they want to bring together a story that they wrote. They don't necessarily want to bring Tolkien's story to life, okay? They have a very clear-cut narrative and clear-cut story that they want to tell, and I think that it's just convenient that they got money to do it in the world of Middle-earth, okay? I don't think that they actually wanted to adapt Tolkien's stories. I think they wanted to use his world as a background to make their own stories. And while that's really frustrating, I would be more sympathetic and more understanding of it if they just came out and flat out admitted it, that the work they're doing is just basically a story that they wanted to tell that has aspects of Tolkien interlaced with it, but they want you and want everyone and want the whole Tolkien fan base to believe that the story they're telling is genuinely Tolkien's story, because they know that all of us are so vehemently purists when it comes to Tolkien's work. And so, like I said, I hope the show gets better. I hope it does better. But because I'm so passionate about Tolkien's work, I will be criticizing it. And that is also not an excuse for me to not criticize it, is the fact that they've worked hard on this. Every single piece of cinematic ventures has a certain level of passion and work and vision all applied through the capacity of thousands of people. It doesn't mean any of them are not subject to criticism, okay? So I know that people worked hard on this show. I know that a lot of people are passionate about it. But as a Tolkien purist, I guess I could say, I guess I could call myself, I will call out the bad where I see it. And so, like I said, I hope the show's good. Really, a show can only get better from its first season. At least that's usually takes a while for them to get their feet together. But again, it's that, and I know this is going on longer than I thought it would, but it's that, and it's also a combination of the fact that I don't think that they really do have that much of a story to tell, in that they're just basically bringing forth all of the events that happened in the Third Age and putting them in the Second Age instead. Tom Bombadil, Barrow-wights, Balrog, Gandalf, like, they're throwing all of this stuff in that I think they don't really have that much of a story, but they just wanted to make something. Like Ian Malcolm. They were so, like Ian Malcolm says in Jurassic Park, they were so obsessed with whether or not they could, they didn't question whether or not they should. And so I hope the series is good. I really do. Like I said, I never wish for any piece of Tolkien cinema to be bad. I'm just not gonna stand by if it is bad. And so wait for those reviews from me. I will be making a review video for every single episode, hopefully pretty soon after each one comes out. But yeah, just keep your eye out on this channel. And after season 2's done, I think I'm gonna graduate to other things, because I do want to review stuff that I like. You know, I don't like being so negative all the time, you know. And so there's pieces of media out there that I really do love and that I want other people to enjoy as well. And so it gets exhausting when you're just hating on something 24/7. And I'm not, hating is a bad word. It gets exhausting when you're criticizing a horrible piece of cinema. So anyway, you guys are awesome. And stick around. I will see you all on the flippity flip. All right. Namaste.